The most influential people in your industry didn't get there because they were the most talented. Most weren't the smartest in their MBA cohort. Most weren't the highest earners at their last job. Most started exactly where you are now. 847 LinkedIn connections, 0 posts in the last 12 months, and a career capital trapped inside a PDF resume nobody is reading. They did one thing 95% of high performers will never do. They pressed publish on the second post. Your problem isn't talent. Your problem isn't credentials. Your problem isn't experience. Your problem is that every skill you've built over the last 10 years is invisible to everyone who has never heard your name. You haven't been overlooked. You've been undocumented. The average high performer changes jobs every 2.7 years and starts the search from 0 each time. The average person with a built audience changes jobs by accident. Offers come inbound. Recruiters DM their LinkedIn. Companies wait in line. Same 10 years of experience. 2 completely different careers. This is your life at every level of personal branding. From the first post you almost didn't publish, to the morning a stranger emails you a $50,000 offer for work you haven't applied for. It starts with one post, and a decision big enough to convert your career into an asset. Level 1. The invisible worker trap. You are 29 years old, and you are excellent at your job. That is not a flattering self-assessment. It is what your performance reviews say. 3 consecutive years rated, exceeds expectations. 2 promotions. The kind of professional whose manager closes their laptop after the annual review thinking, I cannot afford to lose this one. By every metric inside the building, you are succeeding. Outside the building, you do not exist. Your LinkedIn has 847 connections, almost all of them coworkers from your 3 previous companies. Your Twitter has 23 followers. You have not posted in 14 months. The last post was a wedding photo. Before that, a screenshot of your dog. You are an expert. A vault. A specialist with 8 years of compressed knowledge inside your skull that the world does not know exists. The thought arrives on a Monday morning. A coworker, same age, same role, demonstrably less skilled, posts on LinkedIn this morning. The post hits 47,000 views by lunch. By 5 p.m., he has been DM'd by a recruiter offering a director role at a different company with a $50,000 raise. You read his post twice. It is fine. It is not brilliant. You could have written it. You have lived the exact lesson he is describing. You did not write it. The thought lasts 4 seconds before the other thoughts arrive. Not my style, not authentic, cringe. What would I even say? I should wait until I'm an expert. You have been an expert for 6 years. You pull up the calculator on your phone in a meeting. 847 connections, times 0 posts per year, times 8 years of expertise, equals a career capital of 0 outside this building. The gap between the version of you who is recognized for what you can do and the version of you who is invisible to everyone who has never met you has a name. It is called the invisible worker trap. And 78% of high-performing professionals are feeding it tonight, while the math that could change their next 10 years sits on the other side of a single decision they will not make. Level 2. The first post. You sit down on a Wednesday evening at the kitchen table. You almost don't. You tell yourself you will write something this weekend, when you have time, when the project at work calms down, when you feel inspired. You have told yourself this for 14 months. You open a blank document. You write the first sentence, then the second, then 800 words about a lesson from a project you led 6 months ago. Nothing profound, nothing original. Just one specific thing you noticed, with the receipts of why it mattered. You hover the cursor over the post button on LinkedIn for 4 minutes. You almost close the tab. You do not close the tab. You press post before you can decide it was too vulnerable. The post goes live at 9:17 p.m. on a Wednesday. You close the laptop. You do not check analytics until Friday. 47 views. 3 likes. 1 from your mother. 2 from coworkers. 0 comments. 0 shares. You sit with the number for a long time. Not because 47 views is impressive, because this 47 is different from every number on every report you have ever written. Reports get filed and forgotten. This post is permanent. This post is searchable. This post is now part of the public record of who you are. That is a completely different relationship with your work. You open a spreadsheet at the same kitchen table where you wrote the post. One post per week times 52 weeks equals 52 public artifacts a year. One post per day times 365 days equals 365 public artifacts a year. 8 years of posting equals thousands of documented thoughts the world can find when they search your name. You sit with those numbers for a long time, not with excitement, with the specific feeling of someone who has just seen a calculation that cannot be unseen. 3 weeks later, a stranger, someone you have never met, comments on your fourth post. This is exactly what I needed to read this week. Thank you. The first post proved you could press publish. The first stranger comment proved someone you have never met now knows your name. The question is no longer whether anyone will read what you write. The question is how soon you can write enough that someone finds you. Level 3. The consistent voice. You build a schedule before motivation can fade. Sunday afternoons at the kitchen table, 3 hours of batch writing for the week ahead, 7 posts, drafted, edited, scheduled. The decision made once a week, executed 5 times automatically. You make one rule. If a post does not feel good enough on Sunday, post it anyway. The data will tell you what is good, not your self-doubt at 4 p.m. Month 1. 30 posts. Total impressions. 1,800. New followers. 18. Month 3. 90 posts. 8,400 impressions. 230 followers. You feel the dopamine hit when a post does well, and the silent shame when one flops at 12 views. You learn to ignore both. Month 4. 6 weeks of plateau. Every post lands between 200 and 400 views. No growth. Every creator online is selling you something new. Switch to video, post on Threads, start a newsletter, buy a $497 course on the new algorithm hack. You do not switch. Week 7. A post you wrote in 9 minutes. A single specific story, no hooks, no formatting tricks, goes viral. 250,000 views in 48 hours, 18,000 likes. You wake up Monday morning and your follower count has gone from 1,200 to 8,400 overnight. You sit at the kitchen table, staring at the spike. You could not have predicted that post would land. You had written 90 better posts that did not. The variance was not about quality. The variance was about volume. You wrote often enough that one of them eventually found its audience. Month 12. 365 posts. 12,400 followers. 3 podcast invitations. 2 speaking opportunities. 1 job offer you did not apply for. A coworker stops you in the hall and says, "I see you everywhere on LinkedIn now. How are you doing it?" You do not say, "I write 7 posts a week and hit publish even when I do not want to." You say, "I just stopped waiting for the perfect one." The difference between people who build an audience and people who don't is not talent. It is volume that survives self-doubt. And volume is just a system you do not interrupt. Level 4. The crossing. You do not become a brand on a dramatic morning. You become one on a Tuesday in March, in a meeting at your day job, when your manager casually references a concept and credits it to something I read recently, and you realize, mid-sentence, that he is quoting your post from 4 months ago, without knowing it is yours. You sit at that table for a long time. It is not about credit. It is about what just happened. Your idea has left your body and is now living in your manager's head, unattributed, treated as common knowledge. You have crossed a threshold without noticing. You have 3 conversations that month. A mentor, 200,000 followers, built over 7 years, made every mistake before you. You ask one question. What do you wish you had known earlier? She thinks. Then she says, personal brand is not about you. It is about one specific idea you become known for. People do not remember your entire body of work. They remember one sentence. Pick the sentence. Repeat it 10,000 different ways. You write that down. Your tax advisor, 20 minutes on a Friday. Set up an LLC for brand income now, before it becomes substantial. When your audience income passes $50,000 a year, the brand becomes the business, and the job becomes the side income. Your partner, Sunday breakfast. You do not ask permission. You set a number together, 100,000 followers in 24 months. The lifestyle has to support creating, not consuming. You stop calling yourself a PM who writes on LinkedIn. You start saying, I write about product strategy. The job pays the bills while the audience compounds. The frame underneath is different now. You stop being a creator who has a job. You start being a brand that funds itself with a job, temporarily, and brands do not chase followers. They build one specific idea, repeated until it becomes who they are. Level 5, the first product. Year 3, 47,000 followers across LinkedIn and Twitter. Inbound is steady now. 3 to 5 DMs a week. Advice, consulting, partnerships, speaking gigs. You answer them one by one, charging your hourly rate until you realize what no creator told you in the first 90 days. You have hit the same ceiling you hit in your day job. You are trading time for money, just at a higher rate. The income scales with your hours. The hours have a hard limit. You spend a weekend reading. Then you do the math. 47,000 followers times 2% conversion to a $97 product equals $91,000 per launch. 2 launches per year equals $182,000 without trading additional hours. You announce a mini course on the one specific idea you have been repeating for 3 years. You build it over 6 weeks at the kitchen table. You write a pre-launch email sequence and send it to your 9,400 email subscribers. Sunday at midnight, the cart opens. By Tuesday morning, you have 247 sales. By Friday, the cart closes with 421 sales. $40,837 in your business account in 7 days. You sit at the kitchen table for a long time. This is more than 3 months of your W-2 salary, taxed less, generated by an asset that already existed and that you will sell again in 6 months. You almost call your manager and quit on Monday morning. You do not. Not yet. Instead, you hire 2 people in 11 days. A virtual assistant, $1,800 a month, handles customer service, scheduling, email triage. A video editor, $1,200 a month, turns 1 piece of long-form content into 10 short clips a week. Month 3 after launch, revenue per hour worked has tripled. Audience has grown to 71,000. The job is now optional. You stop being a brand that funds itself with a job. You start being a business with employees, customers, and recurring revenue. Not the first post, not the crossing, not the viral moment. This, level 6, the owned audience. Year 5, you are 35 years old. You sit at the kitchen table, the same kitchen table where the first 4/7 view post was written, and pull up the master dashboard you have updated every Sunday morning for 1,825 days. Total audience, 245,000 followers across LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Email subscribers, 38,000. Your owned audience that no algorithm can take from you. Annual revenue, $487,000. Working hours per week, 28. Team, 1 VA, 1 editor, 1 community manager. You quit your W-2 job 14 months ago. The brand had been outpacing the salary for 22 months before you finally pulled the trigger. You take a 60-day digital detox in the summer. No posting, no scrolling, no email beyond a daily sweep. When you return, your email list has grown by 1,400 subscribers from evergreen content. Course revenue is up 8% for the period. 2 podcast hosts you have never met have invited you onto their shows. The system runs without you. The audience compounds without you. The brand exists outside of you. You realize what nobody told you when you pressed publish on the first 4/7 view post. Personal branding was never about being famous. It was about owning the relationship with the people who care about what you say. When LinkedIn changes its algorithm, Your email list still receives every message you send. When you take 60 days off, the asset still works. A message arrives on a Wednesday afternoon from someone 6 years younger than you. She writes, "I just published my first post on LinkedIn. 47 views. What do I do next?" You read it for a long time. Then you write back, from the kitchen table where it all started. Publish the second one next Wednesday, especially if the first one felt invisible. The first post proves you can press the button. The second proves you are not a one-time fluke. Everything after that is just time, doing its job. You hit send. Then you do the only thing left to do. You close the laptop and walk away from the kitchen table on a Tuesday at 1 p.m. because the brand keeps running whether you are sitting there or not. Coda. Somewhere tonight, a 29-year-old is staring at a LinkedIn profile with 847 connections and 0 posts in the last 14 months. The thought will last 4 seconds. Then the fears. The not my style. The not authentic. The cringe. The what would I even say? The I should wait until I'm an expert. The practiced logic of someone who has confused private excellence with public value, who thinks the next promotion will fix it, who believes the problem is talent instead of visibility. Most of the time, the thought disappears. But sometimes, someone sits down at a kitchen table on a Wednesday evening and writes 800 words about one specific thing they noticed at work. Sometimes, someone hovers over the publish button for 4 minutes and presses it anyway. Sometimes, the 47 view post becomes the second post, and the second becomes the 30th, and the 30th becomes a viral post that has nothing to do with talent and everything to do with showing up. Sometimes, a stranger comments on a post and says, "This is exactly what I needed to read." Sometimes, a manager unknowingly quotes your idea back to you in a meeting. Sometimes, a $97 course launches and clears $40,000 in 7 days. Sometimes, someone takes a 60-day digital detox and returns to find the audience has grown without them. The first post proves you can publish. The second post proves you are not a one-time fluke. The first product proves your audience pays. The owned email list proves you have built an asset no algorithm can take. The system is the brand, and the brand, built quietly, repeated relentlessly, defended for years, turns out to be more durable than any job title that requires a manager's approval. More durable than any company you currently work for. More durable than any economy cycle that ends careers. More durable than any version of you that hoped to be discovered. It started with one post you almost didn't publish, and a decision big enough to convert your career into an asset. Start with the second post.